Welcome to Matt Riley Bakes, the Daddy Daycare Chronicles. Roo is now kind of walking, so he's going to be in and out the kitchen like a stroppy teenager. Today's recipe is this, my triple-tiered Victoria sandwich. Now I know baking can get pretty pricey, buying butter, vanilla bean paste, cream, things like that. So I've tried to make this for under £4. I had to go to a few shops, compare some prices, but I finally did it for £3.80. £3.80 will only get you one slice of cake in most cafes, but for £3.80 here, you get a totally delicious, homemade, easy to make cake. Let's get started. This is a really simple, all-in-one recipe, which means all the ingredients go in one bowl, mix them up, and you're good to go. First of all, I'm gonna pop in my flour. And for this cake, it's come to about 20p. Next up, sugar. This was the most expensive thing I found. Went to a few shops, but I couldn't get it down to about 55p for this cake. Good thing about Victoria sponges, you put in the same amount of weight of flour, sugar, butter, and then the same weight in eggs. So I've gone for 250 grams of everything, which worked out for me 4 large eggs. Pop those in. And lastly, 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda. I already had some of this in my cupboard, but the smallest, cheapest pot I found was 90p. 2 teaspoons out of a pot, so let's say 10p. Mix it all up. I need a slightly longer cord on my mixer. Can you see me? When you've finished mixing and you're happy there's no lumps of butter, it's time to pop it into your tin. I've gone for a really little tin here, just so I can stack my cakes 3 high. If you haven't got a small tin like this, just do a 12-inch one or 8-inch one, and do them 2 high. I've lined it with parchment paper and I'm going to divide this mix into 3 batches. It should be about a kilo's worth of mix, so it's got 250 grams of each ingredient in, so I'm going to do about 330 in there. So when you're happy with the amount of mix you've got, level it off with a spatula. Then it's into a preheated oven. A little one like this should probably take about 20 minutes, but keep your eye on it. When the top's nice and golden and it springs back and it's come away from the sides a little bit, you know it's done. Okay, so that's the last cake out the oven. They took a little bit over 20 minutes, about 25 actually. So I'm just going to take that out of its tin. So whilst they cool down, I'm going to get Roo down from here before he falls down. I'm also going to chop the top of the 2 of the cakes off so they're nice and level. And then I'm going to get on with whipping my cream up. I'm going to whip mine really thick because I'm planning on piping it in between the cakes. There we go, that's whipped pretty thick. Be careful when you're doing that though, because there is a fine line of no return that if you can whip it too much, it might start to split. Like I said, I'm going to be piping my cream into my cakes. I'll be using one of the disposable piping bags. If you haven't got any of these, just whisk it up and put it into the cake using a spatula. So with the cream ready to go, I'm actually going to start with my jam first. This was the cheapest bit of the whole bake, I think 29p for a jar. Bargain. I've gone for strawberry. You can use raspberry if you fancy. I'm gonna smear that generously over the bottom of the cake. Next up, pipe your cream on. I'm using one of the star-shaped nozzles. With your first cake done, before you put the second cake on top of the first, get the second cake ready. So when you put your jam on, carry on with your cream in the same way as you did the first one. You should have plenty of jam left for your toast in the morning, which is a bonus. Base, gently pop the next layer on. Finally, pop the top on. I'm also going to give a little sprinkling of caster sugar on the top. So there we go, my super delicious all-in-one Victoria sponge for under £4. I hope you enjoy making it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.